Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Thumbs up if you like this topic, please. Thumbs up if this is interesting to you and you want to learn a little bit more about, can you have sugar substitutes on the keto diet? Is there risks? Are there benefits? Are there hidden dangers? Are there great things about it that no one's telling you? Is there misinformation? Let's kind of explore this a little bit. So please, thumbs up if this is a good one for you. That's why you're here, right? So we'll spend about 20 minutes together, and I'm going to go through 7 points that I've prepared today with all sorts of show and tell examples. So let me know, are any of you watching, participating today, are any of you worried about the health risks? The health risks? Is that an issue for you? About consuming sugar-free substitutes on keto? Now, I had to go find a newspaper today, and I may or may not have taken this off my neighbor's front lawn because I wanted to illustrate the point here about the headlines are constantly telling you different things, right? And there are information online, through articles, through Facebook, social media with links, CNN.com, and the AP Newswire flashes on our phones. So we're constantly watching and listening and tuned in. And lately, I swear all the headlines have been about sugar-free sweeteners. Have you heard a bunch of the stuff? Yeah. Have you heard a bunch of the articles? What are they saying? The newspapers, the headlines, the morning talk shows, what are they saying? Is it good? It is not good, right? They're like freaking out on us. They're all like threatening us and scaring us and provoking like fear with so many statistics, and we're all going to die and we're all going to blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of scary. So that's why I wanted to really dive into this today. People worry, and it makes you take pause. You worry. Sugar-free sweeteners, are they going to really help us, or are they really going to hurt us? So let's talk about some of these risks and benefits. And again, I'm going to do this by organizing my thoughts and my jokes and my show and tells through 7 points. Okay, I got to stay organized. Otherwise, you know me, I'll go off on some tangent somewhere. So let's get started on this issue about, can I have sugar substitutes on keto? So first up, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Enter elephant. Bad joke? The elephant in the room. So this is hot off the press, or it is at least while I'm making this video for you. Depends on when you're watching it. In May 2023, hot off the press, the WHO, the World Health Organization, released some guidelines stating not, where's my I need a, they issued some guidelines stating not to use sugar-free sweeteners for weight control. Now, a lot of you may have heard what I just said and been like, wait, what did they say? Who's the WHO? You know what? Okay, World Health Organization, they issued a statement. They issued some guidelines stating not to use sugar-free sweeteners for weight control. Now, before you jump to any huge conclusions about that, or overreact, or your mind goes 12 steps ahead, beware. Think about what your brain just heard and what it actually said. Now, what they're saying, if I can read that literally, is not to use sugar-free sweeteners for weight control. Okay, so does that mean you can't just have them for other reasons, for other purposes? Or are they particularly warning and bewaring you that sugar-free sweeteners are not going to help you lose weight? So you have to kind of look at the semantics here, because this verbiage is very particular. It's a whole committee of people reviewing lots of body of evidence, lots of studies, lots of information before they make and determine their guidelines and issued this. Now, this is for the world, right? The Worldwide Health Organization. So they issue a lot of health mandates and advice that people look to. So it is a reputable organization that I would consider and I would look at and think about. But you have to be careful and listen to those exact words. What they're saying is, based on the available evidence, that's what WHO is saying, based on the available evidence, they have determined that non-sugar sweeteners, that means not sugar, right? The artificial stuff or the fake stuff. They're saying that non-sugar sweeteners do not provide any long-term benefit in decreasing body fat. Okay, again, this might be a little bit overwhelming. You might be thinking, what are they talking about? Stephanie said she was going to go through 7 points. And this is the first point. It's this elephant in the room. It's muddled language. You have to really think about what it is they're saying. Now, here's my reaction to this. You ready? Duh. Duh. My capital D-U-H. Duh. I did not expect sugar-free sweeteners to provide me with losing weight. I did not expect them, and I wasn't using them for the purpose of decreasing my body fat. Okay? Are you with me so far? So that is my first reaction to this information, is once I really thought about what they were saying, it's duh. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is, did anyone out there think they would drink Diet Coke or consume any kind of product, food or drink, that contains a sugar-free substitute, a non-sugar sweetener? Did anyone think they were going to have these products and decrease their body fat? No, right? You weren't like, I'm going to drink Diet Coke and lose weight. That's not what anyone here is thinking. But that's what the guidelines are actually saying. They're just letting you know that having products with sugar-free sweeteners are not going to decrease your body fat. Well, hello, that is a big giant duh for me. Now, tell me what you think in the comments below. Am I interpreting this correctly? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts about that? What are your fears? From my experience, losing 140 pounds over the course of a year and a half, about 10 pounds a month, I enjoyed sugar-free sweeteners throughout my journey. And I wasn't expecting those sugar-free products, like drinks or anything that contained these sugar-free items. I did not expect these were going to melt the pounds off, but I certainly used those products in other ways that played a very different role, but a critical role nonetheless. Now, I explain this in detail in Extra Easy Keto. This is my book, if you have a copy. I go into detail about the role of sugar-free sweeteners, the role of keto-type products, and how you can use them, how you can manipulate them to stay in ketosis and still lose weight and keep that weight off. So here's my thoughts, you guys, and I'm curious to know what you think, but these keto foods that are sweetened particularly with the sugar-free products, they taste familiar, don't they? So if you were drinking, let's say, a whole bunch of Mountain Dew a day, which a lot of people do, and then you're switching because you're trying to lose weight, just going cold turkey might be kind of tough. But if you went to sugar-free Mountain Dew or caffeine-free, sugar-free soda, like Diet Coke, for example, the kind without caffeine, you might have an easier transition. You might feel like tastes pretty good. Might not even know the difference. Maybe not, but anyway, the point is these foods can make, and drinks, make foods feel familiar. It helps the process feel more comfortable, and it can help you feel like a normal person. Now, for me, this was important. Maybe not for you, but a birthday comes around, especially when I was new and just starting, a holiday. Everyone's having birthday cake, cupcakes. I hear this a lot, especially with the birthdays. People panic. Oh my God, what am I going to do? It's my birthday. Oh my God. Okay, calm down. Having sugar-free products available to make a low-carb dessert, like a cupcake, can be a lifesaver, because then you don't feel like you're missing out. You see what I'm saying? At least that was the truth for me during my journey. I really needed to not feel like I was on a diet. I needed to not feel deprived. I wanted to be able to have a popsicle or drink a beer or have some kind of a dessert once in a while and feel, like I can do this. I'm not missing out. I'm not deprived. I'm having my sugar-free dessert or drink, and I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't feel embarrassed. I wasn't starving. I didn't feel like I was missing out. And for me, that was super important. Let me know what you think. Is that important to you? Because this is an important and critical role, I feel, that differentiates Dirty Lazy Keto from other keto lifestyles, from other low-carb type diets. We embrace the sugar-free products and use them appropriately, personalize them to your needs, to your taste, to your health, to your expectations. But it's an option, and that's important. It's an option, okay? Now, emotionally, not feeling like you're on a diet is a big deal. A lot of people might use some of these products as a transition. It's not like you have to have them forever. I hear a lot about that, the Mountain Dew thing. People drink, 10 Mountain Dews a day, and then they're trying to go cold turkey. Having like a sugar-free substitute or a sugar-free option can be comforting, right? It's like a teddy bear. It comforts you while you figure things out and move through your journey and make some different changes. Now, I chose a stuffed bear because, it takes some time to develop new habits. Like nowadays, on my birthday, do I make sugar-free cupcakes or big desserts and, feel like I have to eat them on my particular holiday? No, I don't. I actually started a new tradition where I'm doing more activities like hiking or bike riding or, I've hiked in Yosemite on my birthday. I've gone across the Golden Gate Bridge on a bike with my family on my birthday. Let's see what else. Hiked down to a waterfall in Kauai on my birthday. I've done all sorts of really adventurous things. I went up a funicular. Do you know what that is? Like up the side of a mountain at a zoo on my birthday. And that was even during COVID. So I did so many fun things. And for me, that's what my birthday celebration is about. But not in the beginning. I needed a cupcake. And that was okay. And I think it's okay if you still feel that way. No one's saying you have to change or, fix yourself. And I think that's important. Holidays are a big deal. And comfort eating can be a big deal. And sugar-free products, sugar-free sweeteners can play a really important role during that journey. So speaking of comfort and all that whole, can of worms, I'm going to link up a video next after this. And it's all about how to stop comfort eating on the keto diet. So if this is a topic that is like near and dear to your heart, I get it. I understand. And I have a whole video just on how to stop comfort eating on the keto diet. So I'll link that up after this. So that was number one. That was a big number one, huh? I always start off with the big ones that I can't stop talking about. The ones that are most important to me. But I want to move on to number two. Number two. Everything's going well. You can still hear me. Everything's good. Good. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are too. So everybody get involved there in those comments. I want to hear. Yes. Keep asking. Keep questioning. Keep participating. So number two, let's go back to the World Health Organization. Because I'm going to pick that apart and really respond to their statement because it's fresh and new information. But number two, the World Health Organization, they recommend that you do not replace sugar in any of its forms, sugar, honey, whatever. They do not recommend that you replace sugar with non-sugar substitutes. They don't recommend it. To be clear, they don't recommend it. This is different from what I think, isn't it? Yeah. Now, here's an example of why I think this is not a good strategy. Sometimes governmental agencies, they think, oh yeah, we'll just do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Problem solved. Really? Well, why is like 2/3 of America overweight, obese, having type 2 diabetes, or heading in that direction? Why is that? So maybe they're not onto something. Being so clear-cut and judgy isn't quite working out for them, in my opinion. So here's an example of what they're trying to say versus what I'm trying to say, to be clear. Now let's take your cup of coffee, okay? I like this example because so many of us drink coffee, and I do talk about this in Extra Easy Keto if it sounds familiar. So we've got our morning coffee. Now, how do you guys take your coffee? Can you put that in the comments? How did you have it before? Before you started the keto diet. How are you having it now? Has it changed? Give me your thoughts on coffee. Because a lot of people panic about coffee because it's the first thing in the morning. And according to the WHO, the World Health Organization, they're telling the whole wide world, okay, people, if you've been having cream and sugar in your cup of coffee, too bad for you. Tomorrow, that's all done with now and forever. You just need to pour a cup of black coffee and be done with it and be very sad and depressed. Now, is that realistic? Or do you think it might be a different option? Do you think you might be more successful of instead of just trying to cut that sugar out altogether, maybe you try a little bit of artificial sweetener in the form of a sugar-free substitute, either by adding cream, heavy whipping cream, or half and half, adding MCT oil, adding butter, adding some kind of fat, and then adding a sugar-free sweetener via maybe one of these Lucrine sugar-free Italian sweet cream coffee creamers. Oh, hello, beautiful. They come in all the fun flavors. Which one's your favorite? Oh, there's also Torani syrups, the sugar-free sweeteners like at Starbucks. Have you tried those? Or Da Vinci, Skinny Girl. There's so many different options available. Or you can just add a little squirt or a powder, right? Doesn't have to be the powder. I know a lot of people, I use the squirt, it's so much better. Okay, it's all the same thing. We're talking about sugar-free sweeteners, right, as a category, not which one's better than the other. So think about it. Are you going to be more successful with some kind of like switcheroo step therapy product that could give you comfort and ease you along in your journey? Or should you just cut yourself off and be all judgy? No sugar for you. Exactly. If you're watching my show, oh, hello. I just threw my earring on the floor. If you're watching my show, you probably are in my same camp, right? I'll take out my other earring so I don't look weird. I just ripped it out of my ear with all my excitement and fun. I know I use my hands a lot. But anyway, I'm curious what you guys think. And I will be picking a person from the comments to win a prize. You guys know I love to win a prize. I love to get a prize. So here's my giant prize wheel. I'm going to spin it and let you know what the prize is for the day. Because this person is going to, spin again. This person is going to win a very fun free prize just for participating. You can keep participating as much as you want. And the prize today is going to be a fridge magnet, a DLK fridge magnet. And I'll show you what that is. Oh, I'm reaching down here. This is a color fridge magnet that I will mail you for free. Put it in the comments if you'd like to win it. And it will help you make great decisions and stay on track with the keto lifestyle. You can put it right there in the front and center of your fridge. Now, if you don't win and you're very sad, I understand. But you can find your pyramid inside of Extra Easy Keto. It's still there. It's in all the books, I believe, but not in color unless you win the magnet or you're looking at one of your cookbooks. So I know we can't win them all. But anyway, so that's the prize for the day. So let's move on to number 3, because we have 7 points to talk about today, right? 7 points. I promise I won't rip anything else up. So number 3, let's talk about some alternatives, some alternates. Now, the World Health Organization, they suggest that there are other ways to decrease sugar intake. Now, this is what their solution is. They don't want us to, put any kind of sugar substitute. Their idea is to look elsewhere. Now, for example, instead of, desserts or sugar-free cupcakes, they are encouraging people to eat more fruit. Now, is this a good idea? It's hard to argue with fruit and vegetables, right? It sounds like a good idea to me. I happen to agree with you when it comes to enjoying more fruit in your life and getting those sweets. Am I going to be eating a banana, though? Which is what I have in my head. Heck no, I'm not going to eat a banana. Bananas and tropical fruits are one of the sweetest, one of the sugariest fruits out there. They are so full of fructose, they can make your blood sugar skyrocket, your insulin go haywire. No, thank you. I am going to agree with when it comes to having low sugar fruits, like, for example, strawberries, berries. These are lower, and I will have them in moderation, and I will love every second of it. Do you have a suggestion that's a low sugar fruit? Put it below. Or do you agree with the and you think, well, no, I just should, eat whatever I want? That may not be the lifestyle that is going to help with weight loss on the keto diet. Having pineapple, having strawberries, these are 2 different apples and oranges. Seriously, though, when you look at all your different fruit options, pick the ones that are least in sugar, which could be lemons and limes. It could be berries, but it is going to be sugary fruits like bananas or apples in moderation. So keep that in mind. And now, if you're having trouble keeping it all straight, I will refer you back to Extra Easy Keto, where I have a cheat sheet for fruit and berries with all the net carbs. How amazing and simple is that? It's in a 1-page. You can even take a picture of it and put it on your fridge for yourself. So anyway, WHO will also recommend that you just cut sugar, from coffee like we talked about. They don't want you having anything sugary, no sugary substitutes. Just go with unsweetened tea. Boring. Now, I agree with you. These are fun suggestions on my end, but I agree with WHO that cutting sugar is a good idea, but I don't agree that that's the only way to do it. I feel like black and white, all or nothing, I feel like that can lend itself to rebellion, people giving up, people getting frustrated, and then people caving and going crazy and having way too much and then going off the deep end. So anyway, I know I kind of blabbed on a little bit about that, but those are my thoughts. So does that help you guys at all? I know. I feel like I'm being a little bit, here's my weird face. I feel like I'm being a little bit sarcastic. Hopefully that comes through in the video or if you're listening or watching. But, you know, the WHO trying to tell us just don't eat sugar, that's not working. People are gaining weight and losing control of their health. So it's not working, WHO. Please start listening and watching about what's really happening in the world around you and try to make some more realistic adjustments as opposed to just telling people, cut the sugar. That's not enough. We need a little bit more than that, people. So hopefully that sarcasm came through there. So let's move on to item 4. Are we tracking? Yeah. What are your thoughts so far? Are you trying to win a prize or do you want to just get in the conversation? I'd love to hear what you think because I'm just one person. These are my opinions, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. Now, WHO tells us, WHO, meaning World Health Organization, it tells us that non-sugar sweeteners, like, you know, all the ones that we're talking about today, it tells us that these have no nutritional value. They actually stated that in their big AHA press release. They have no nutritional value. Now, here's what I have to say to that. Remember earlier when I yelled out 3 letters, D-U-H? Well, I'm going to come back even stronger on this one, and I'm going to put my cape on. Here it comes. That's right. I got my cape today, people. Hopefully my Velcro sticks. But this is my Captain Obvious cape. Captain Obvious to the rescue. Here it is, my Superman cape. May I just please, as Captain Obvious, say to WHO, duh. We know that sugar-free sweeteners don't have nutritional value. We know that. We don't need you to like issue a big press release and get people all worked up about it. We know that. However, we feel like they play a role in our lives. They may not play a nutritional essential role like salt or potassium or things of that nature. However, they are important to us. Now, at face value, I do agree. They are not, nutritious. They are not, at face value providing us with any kind of proper nutrition. But emotionally, they are critical and they are essential to us being successful. And at least for me, it was a super important part of my journey and it continues to be. So I think we can all agree that sugar and sugar-free substitutes are not needed for our survival. Either one, right? Sugar or sugar-free products. However, we are still super obsessed. We are obsessed. That's true, right? No matter if it's helpful, no matter if it's hurtful, no matter if you're using these products, no matter if you're not, most of us are still obsessed with sugar. So that leads me to number 5. Do you like my Captain Obvious cape? I've been wanting to wear this for some time now. It's funny. Come on. I'm trying to lighten the mood and make you remember these topics. Because why should you be shamed and tisk into trying to do things so militantly when you know it doesn't probably work? You've done it in the past. You've tried extreme diets. You've tried starving yourself. You've tried being miserable. And it didn't work. It backfired. So let's try something else. Number 5, I just want to acknowledge that we are all hooked on sugar. It's not just you. It might feel that way sometimes, but number 5, my point of view is that as a society, we are all just completely addicted, me included. Why? It tastes good. Duh. Captain Obvious with the cape again. Do you feel that way, right? It tastes good. Oh, flew off just like my earrings, but it tastes good, and walking away from sugar is not going to be as easy as one might think. Hello, Captain Obvious. You can't just pull this ingredient out of your shopping cart and be done with it. Here's my shopping cart, right? You're not just shopping at Safeway or grocery store, Vons. You're not just like, oh, I think I'm going to quit sugar today. Done. Oh, or I'm going to just quit using sugar substitutes in my coffee or in my baked goods, right? Whether it be monk fruit or allulose or equal aspartame, whatever you are into, whatever you like, whatever you're currently using, for you to just walk away from that might be a little tricky. It's not as easy as WHO is making it sound. WHO meaning World Health Organization. So, hello people, Captain Obvious, we're going to need a different method. Sugar is everywhere, and it's not just called sugar. I think that's important to note as well. I talk about this in all of my books, but sugar is also known by other names, right? You might see it on a label as dextrose, as fructose, as galactose, glucose, lactose, maltose, sucrose. Any other oses out there? But there's a lot of oses. And they trick you because you think, oh, there's no sugar in this. I'm going to buy this. And then, you get home and start getting your microscope out and you can see, this actually contains, sucrose. What is sucrose? Table sugar. So rude, and so sneaky. So sugar, even the natural kinds like honey, it causes a physiological response in the body. Do you agree with me? It causes you to have a rise in blood sugar. It makes your insulin levels go haywire. It might provoke cravings. Now, this is sugar in any of its form, even like I'm having honey. Oh, I'm having molasses, whatever. It's going to make your body go crazy. And that makes people crave more. So it's a vicious cycle. You're not alone. Stop beating yourself up. We're all been sucked into this lifestyle. And why is this happening? Well, number six, my point is, here's my number 6. It's a big one. Here we go. Number 6. My point for number 6 is that it's a culture, right? It feels practically, depending on where you live, it feels practically un-American to avoid sugar. Now, if you're not listening or watching from America, I'm not going to leave you out. Don't be angry at me. No matter where you are in the world, it might be against your culture to avoid sugar, right? If you're in Canada, if you are in Australia, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in New England, if you're in Maine, if you're in the South, where are you from in the country? Tell us. If you're from Great Britain, if you're from Europe, let us know in the comments where you're watching and listening from. And tell me, is sugar part of the culture where you live? I have a feeling it is. Because it's everywhere. We are all been sucked into this silliness. The advertisements, the government, they've been pushing sugar since we were little kids. Can you think of an example? Because I sure can think of a bunch. As a little person, I was told to eat cereal every morning for breakfast. I was told by the culture I grew up in that it was healthy for me. It was all sugar, people, and there was cartoon characters. Even think about yogurt, those like yogurt stick things, the tubes that the kids eat. Even yogurt can't be yogurt. At least in the United States, it's just all sugar, right? You're with me? Part of our culture has just been pushing sugar on us, so I feel like it's not our fault. And I'm talking about from traditional holidays, right? Like birthdays and cultural events to commercials on TV, right? It is everywhere. And sugar has been pushed on us. It's the fabric of our society. It really is. It's just woven into every single event. Can you name a couple in the comments? Let's think about Halloween. What do we do in Halloween? We dress up and then we go trick-or-treating and get a bunch of candy, right? We watch cartoons as little kids and we watch the commercials are all about sugary treats. We go to the amusement parks and it's all just junk food that they're pushing on us, ice cream and funnel cakes and whatnot. Even Girl Scout cookies, bake sales. Until our culture changes, you guys, we are inundated. We are overwhelmed with this message from our society to keep eating sugar. But then don't eat sugar. Eat sugar, don't eat sugar. Eat sugar, don't eat sugar. Hello, this is very confusing. And until all of this stuff changes, we're not going to be able to adhere to some kind of World Health guidelines that just says, okie dokie, thank you, World Health, we're all done with it. Just because you said so. We're going to need some viable alternatives, some other plans. So that is my last point. This is number 7. Hopefully I've entertained you today. Did I entertain you? Hopefully everything's working. You're laughing along with me or chuckling or agreeing because we need to speak up. Number 7, my message is that we should not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And what I mean by that is that sugar-free sweeteners, they're not perfect. I'm going to acknowledge that too, because a lot of you are like, oh, they make me sick. I get a headache. I get this. I get that. I know. They totally do. So why can't we do better? Can these manufacturers please keep working on them and come up with some more choices for us? Keep researching, keep fine-tuning, come up with some berries, some secret stuff in another country, in another forest. Please come up with some medicines, some tricks to help us make our sugar addiction go away. We need help. But you can't just throw the baby out with the bath water. You can't just say, no more sugar. get rid of sugar-free sweeteners. It's just not going to happen that way. Short term, I think we have to consider some of these risks, and you have to decide these possible side effects. You have to decide if they're going to be healthy and safe for you. I can't make that choice for you. I would not be, I won't be able to sleep at night unless I talk about this one. Anybody out there who has had too much or even a little bite of certain sugar-free sweeteners might have had GI intestinal side effects. Does that happen to anyone? Yeah, I know, right? I have my poop hat here, my poop hat on to make you laugh. And then just for a double effect, I'm going to get out my poop pillow because that can really play a number on you. It is embarrassing and it can be a bad situation, if you know what I mean. So disrupting the gut flora when you're having a lot of sugar-free sweetener is a thing. It's an issue. It's a problem. It's a challenge. It's something that we hope the sugar-free sweetener people can get cracking on and improve because we don't want to feel this way. And a lot of people might say, oh, I get headaches. My tongue is numb. The taste is weird. I get burping. I don't know. What is the side effect that you experience? Put that in the comments. Hopefully our companies here that we are putting our faith and love and trust into, hopefully they can keep working on some of these issues and, work out all the kinks. But we shouldn't just throw the baby out with the bathwater and get rid of them all together. I think they can keep working, keep fine tuning, keep researching and do better. Because we need help. We can't just, Captain Obvious, cut out sugar and be done with it. We can't be expected to do that. And no one's doing it, and it's not working. That's the bigger issue, is don't feel ashamed, don't feel belittled, don't feel like it's your fault and there's something wrong with you. Because there's a heck of a lot of other people out in the world who are experiencing these same issues as you. Like I said, most of America is overweight, heading into the obesity category. And it's not just adults. We're looking at kids too. Children. Childhood and adolescent obesity is at an all-time high. Could it be because of sugar? Yeah. It has a huge part in our diet. So let's get focused on this. Let's not give up. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Consider the risks. Consider the pros and cons. Use them appropriately for you. And don't give up. Now, inside of Extra Easy Keto, I work closely with you to coach you through this process of creating a personalized plan, to consider the pros and cons. And if you are reading it right now, it's in day 6, which is the chapter all about day 6. Now, if you haven't read this book yet, it's broken up into a 7-day format. The title is Extra Easy Keto, 7 days to ketogenic weight 7 days to ketogenic weight loss on a low-carb diet. So it's broken. Oh, I'm not talking to you. It breaks it up into 7 days. So it's like one day focus on this. The next day focus on that. So there's a whole day, day 6, where you're focused on dirty keto foods and these types of sugar-free products. And I'm coaching you through guidance on how to develop that personalized plan for success for you, not for other people, to personalize it just for you. So your approach to sugar-free sweeteners doesn't have to be black and white. It doesn't have to be one size fits all. It can be a decision that works just for you. You like that? I hope so. I hope that message was loud and clear. Is it? Is it loud and clear? Did you walk away feeling like either empowered or relieved or, acknowledged? Because, we are all out there struggling with the same issues and we can't just assume, oh my gosh, I'm the only one. What's wrong with me? No, we are all in this together, you guys. Let's support one another through the process. I am here to help. Remember, the next video is going to be all about how to stop comfort eating on the keto diet. And I will coach you and support you every step of the way. Every single step of the way. I'm going to be here to provide you with recipes, with inspiration, with interviews, with hot topics, with newsletters and social media posts that all keep that fire going so that you're ready to get up tomorrow and fight the good fight. So give yourself a huge round of applause. Huge round of applause for being here today. You can even do a little dance. You can go, I did it. 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 Say, good job for me. Yay.